All right, I'm going to get right into it today. I'm hoping to do 3 Psalms today. So, this first word here, praise, I've been thinking about that, and it's almost like you should be boasting of Yahweh and give thanks to Yah or Yahweh. Praise Yah or boast about Yahweh. Boast. Well, I haven't figured that one out yet. But I do know that that is going to be a cut. That is going to be a cut with all my heart in the company of the upright, assembly of the great. And the works of Yahweh, they are studied by all who delight in him. Splendid and majestic is his work, and his righteousness endures forever. He has made his wonders to be remembered. Yahweh is gracious and compassionate, for he has given food to those who fear him. Well, we can get rid of that crap. He has made known I guess to his people okay, the work of his hands are truth and justice. I don't know. They are upheld forever, and ever they are performed in truth and uprightness. He sent redemption and ordained his covenant. Holy and awesome is his name. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all those who do. His praise endures forever. Okay, let me get a closer look at this. All right. Praise Yahweh. Let's see. Praise Yahweh. And you don't need the word give. Give and thank Yahweh. With all, it has to be all your heart. In the company of the upright. Well, these are going to have to be the righteous ones. Righteous means those who are very obedient. And we need to make sure that that is the correct word. I know I've used upright before, but in the company of the righteous ones, and in the assembly in the company, I'm going to say in the gathering. Gathering is more of a true statement. Company is kind of wishy-washy. Well, it's not really wishy-washy. It's just not, it's too modern of a word. Let me see what happens in the New American Standard. Company. Gathering. Council. In the gathering of I'm going to use the word "the" for right now. I put great there the first time, but it's not working there. So I'll put it back here. They are studied by all who delight in them. I'm thinking that this is going to be the 4 verse. This. This, I guess, is a double of what they're saying up over here. So I don't need that there. It does separate. Not thereof, but by. I'm thinking here, this is out. This is out. And I don't like saying the works, but the Acts by Wyvie. I would say the Acts. And then we would know that that means plagues, miracles, and many other things. Depends on when this text is actually going to be written. If I go over here and click on work or works, I got the word act twice, actions. They aren't deeds. And they really aren't work. Not the way I want to try to separate the words to mean different things for different reasons. So I will stick with the word acts right now. The Acts by Wyvie. Don't need this word. I'll add this word. Are studied by not everyone, but many. It has to be the most. more truer word. This, well, let's see. I'm trying to find a 4 verse here. Who delight in them. They're studied by many. I don't think this is going to be needed. Splendid and majestic are studied by many, for they are splendid and majestic. Let's take a look at those 2 words. Okay, now that I looked at them 2 words, they're studied and majestic. Because this is telling me this is a comma, this is a period. And if I add anything, I need to add like for they are now this is what's funny about this. Now what you see here in splendid, you can see majestic is used twice and then majesty 4 times. Neutral color, okay. And then over here, splendid is used 8 times. Like they are using both these Hebrew words either or at any time they want to. That's funny, but that isn't helping me. Because this is actually like this, like this. They are I would say they're not splendid. Let's see if I would use the word like wondrous, or wonderful. Okay, magnificent. Oh, are wonders and wonderful. Okay, let me see majestic here, because impressive. Okay, splendid. I'm going to put in the word grand. And wonderful. Since I'm adding them myself, now, oops. Now I'm going to try to put a new note in here and say that that's how I'm going to define how I'm changing a word that's there and not just adding it, but it is added far enough away that it isn't so much as it's not within the shadow of the word, definitely. So for they are grand and wonderful, comma, don't need, and will endure forever. Let me see what the word, if there's a better word for endure here. Better bring you along. I can do that. Will stand forever. How do I get a better word than stand? Because I do like that word. Because endure just isn't a grand enough word for the wonderfulness here. So let me see here. Last will remain. I like the word remain. And just like that, again, another word that has to be used other than this here word. And then this is forever. Now we have a period here. And now we have 2 4-verse groups here. So let me take them down to the bottom and show you what I'm looking for. What is starting off as oops. And I guess I forgot to explain the word Yah, so I better do that. But with a quick cleanup, you can see what I was aiming for now. Praise Yah and thank Yahweh with all your heart in the gathering of the righteous ones. The acts by Yahweh are studied by many, for they are grand and wonderful and will remain forever. Who is Yah? Well, I can show you the Hebrew. This is the Hebrew word that they gave for Jesus. And you know that they were told to wait for him and to be looking for him. So here's the Hebrew word that they actually made to act like it's our Creator's name. But this is Isaiah 38:11, and it's this king here from Judah who is saying, I will not see Yah in the land of the living. So when you realize what's going on here, and then you come take a look at the word Yah, here it is all capital letters, but it's here. We have the word Lord here, or the title Lord here, and we have his name here. But down here, they're using this 30 or 48 times. And if you look at here, it says the name of the God of Israel. What if it's the name of the king from Israel or for Israel? So that's what I'm saying. Does this verse, when you see praise Yah, his name in the congregation, rejoice in our king, praise his name, where's his name? Praise Yah. So that's how the word Yah got put into the text, meaning Jesus. So now I'm going to go back up and I'm going to look for some more verses. Hopefully there'll be 4 verse groups. He made his wonders known to be remembered. These two don't connect together. But if they're studied by everybody, then he made his wonder to be remembered. That might be used if it was becoming 3 verse, 3 verse, 3 verse. So I'm just going to make it downsize and not say I'm throwing it out completely. But it could be sort of remain forever. His wonders to be remembered, but wonders doesn't cover everything. Wonders, I usually try to replace that word with the word plagues, and then miracles for the parting of the Red Sea, the opening up the ground. So, YV is gracious and compassionate. He will remember his promise forever. Promises forever. Now, all this I don't need the word he. I need to borrow this here and put it in yellow and just say, we know who he is. And we'll do this and put him here as yellow because the subject started too soon here. And that's just a note kind of for those that are going to study this later. YV will remember his promises forever. It's almost like his promises to us forever. Let me put that here as well then. To us forever. For he has made him known. And him would be Jesus. Made him known to his people Well, this is, well, it's red, but if I hit red, it's not going to be able to be seen. He has made, why we will remember his promises to us forever. For he has made him known to his people the power of his works. I don't see that. And giving them the heritage, I don't see that. To his people, how do I want to say this? Made him known to his people in his nation. But this would be the first time I'm using the word in his nation as saying it's Jesus's nation. But if I put his as our creator's nation, which they did blame him that he created them, so I will make it his nation. And then I've got the comma period here going. The works of his hands are true and justice, and his precepts are sure. They will upheld forever. They are upheld forever, and they are performed. I don't see this as being truthful. I know a lot of the stories. I'm trying to figure out if this is just another piece, because now it's breaking into 3-verse grouping here. So that's telling me that we've got like 2 pieces mixed together. The works by his hands will be truth and justice. Every one of them will be sure. Because don't need the word precepts here. And it's not really the oops. This will be by Jesus, so I got to capitalize that and make it red. Just changing that word. It's not the works. It's our, I need to say, put it in forward position, will be, because R is, you can't use that to be truthful, will be truth and justice. Will be truth and justice. Don't need the word here. I need to look up those 2 words here to see what I could give them a better meaning. His works. I don't like the word deeds, even though they're here, but I'm thinking I could use the word labor as labors. His tasks by his hand. I think the word task would be good, but I got to put that in without you seeing that right now before I forget it. Okay, I'll put tasks. And then I want the word all here. Where's all? Oh, here it is. Works here. Same word. Same Greek word. All to each. That is a stretch from one end to the other end, but that is all to each. Okay. To none. Okay. All to none. Whatever. What does, what am I? Oh, no one's sure. Are established. Truth and justice. I'm not seeing this. Usually it's not that difficult for me. I tell you, it's a little bit unusual there, but I guess I can say that got a little trouble here. What's going on with YouTube here? Still says excellent. So I put tasks here, so I like that word. The tasks by his hands. The tasks by his hands will be truth and justice. Every one of them. Every one. Truth and justice. Can they be trusted here? Trustworthy. Will be truth and justice for. I put everyone here. Does that help me come up with the answer? Will be truth and justice for everyone. For everyone to be established. Will be truth and justice for everyone to rely on him. I'm thinking that if I move in the subject he to the end, and now when I do that, for everyone to trust him, to everyone. Let me show you here. I see trust, trustworthy, verified, reliable, believe him, believe. That's quite a few times to say that that word should be believed. I mean, I got 30 some odd times saying that. I don't see any of these other words. And I skipped right over that. I'm going to put the word believe him. I think that's a very truthful statement now. Not all, for all to believe him. I think I'm going to have to add the word to here. The test by his hands will be truth and justice for everyone. Yeah, everyone to believe him. Okay. But that's a 3 verse. But I can change it to a 4 verse, I think. If I put this and this as, then how can I hook this? Everyone to believe him. They are upheld for, they will be upheld forever. Upheld. I'm thinking that word should be something like support, sustains forever, steadfast forever, embraced forever. Ever they are performed, they are accomplished. Nope, not seeing that. For everyone to believe him. Will be steadfast forever. Will be, I guess if I just put the word and in here and quit making it so difficult for myself, I think that might be it. And then this goes here, and then that would be period, and then this. Because they know that Jesus is going to be the king forever. So for everyone to believe him, and he will be upheld forever. Because of everyone to believe in him. I'm having a trouble here, but I guess maybe when I go through it and read it, so it just happens that way to me. Sometimes it's easier for that to happen that way. Where am I at here? I can come down to here. And say I've got the next 4 verses or 2 verses here. Why we will remember his promises to us forever. He has made him known. This has got to be Jesus. Him known to his people in his nation. In his nation. And the task, then I have to add and. So let me grab an and here and say, and the task by his hands will be truth and justice for everyone to believe him. To believe him and be upheld forever. I don't know if the word be is just enough to be said here. I think it needs more implying of Jesus upheld. And he will be upheld forever. Because this is our Creator's promise here. So that's, and then like that. In this he will remember his promises to us forever. I think I need to add the word, or the word for here. For he made him known to, and then this has to be just promise, not promises. Just promise. Well, it could be the word promise because I'm talking about first Jesus has got to come, and then the second part entering into his kingdom. Yes, I think I'm going to leave the S there. For he has made him known to his people in his nation, and the task by his hands will be truth and justice for everyone to believe him, and he will be upheld forever. Upheld has to be an act by our Creator. Forever is going to be the act by our Creator. So those need to be put that way to be said truthfully. Now, I have to, that's 8 here. I've got these here verses. Ever they are performed in truth and uprightness. Well, we already have better words above, and that is truth and justice. He will, this would be our Creator. He hasn't sent them, he will send them. Will send will send I guess send him to his people. Oops. See, I could put his name here. because that's who we are talking about here. Just not his. He will send him to his people, comma, but I've already got his promises are forever here. And the king was not ordained, he was anointed. So I could get the word anointed here if ordained is starting to commanded. To command us forever. Orders, no. No, I don't like that. But commanded, this is so much to be commanded. Let me see how that word fits in here. Command us forever. This is our Creator's promise. This is not needed. That's not needed. This is Jesus. This is not needed. That's got a better use of the word. He will send him to his people. To command us forever. And that's a period. I think holy is also used as great. And and then sometimes it's not. And so, yeah. What is awesome? Fear 166 times. And I'm always trying to go back to try to use the most used word to not awesome, but people should fear him because they're not going to heaven. So that would be awesome and revered, because when you praise him, as this psalm starts off, it is holy and to be feared. I'm not seeing the word awesome, although it is used 22 times. But fear 160. He is great and to be feared. No, that isn't working. Awesome is okay, I guess. So I guess I'm going to use awesome. That's not what I would like to do. Here I'm going to just say great and awesome is Yah's name. And that is going to be more truthful than holy. Great and awesome is Yah's name. For he will fear Yahweh. Now you're saying, well, how come you're putting that in here? Okay, well, let me show you why. I know all kinds of things, and to sit here and tell you Isaiah told us here, he will fear the Lord, which is YV, where is it? Right here. So, and he will delight in the fear. So, okay, I gotta see what the text is about. I'm waiting stuff from my brothers. So hold on, sorry about that. But sometimes I just have to pay attention. Now they text me my eyeglasses are ready, and they weren't when I went there earlier. And that was the third try at 2 pair of glasses, and neither one was successful. I'm done with that one, that company. I still have a hard time seeing the screen. Okay, I need new glasses. Great and awesome is Yah's name, for he will fear. For he will fear YV. Is the beginning of wisdom. Is the beginning of our wisdom. If I put R in here, then I got this part wrong here. I'd have to say fearing YV. Is the beginning of our wisdom. A good understanding. Trying to figure out how I need 2 verses, and I'm not saying this because once you have wisdom, you don't need understanding. Good is not really, so let's get rid of that. Fearing YV is the beginning of our wisdom, or your wisdom. Have is out. Everyone who. I'd have to put 4 everyone. For everyone. Bearing wifey is the beginning of your wisdom. For everyone. For everyone. And it wouldn't be those. Everyone who. I'm just going to get rid of that and get rid of that. Would do. For everyone, what's the word do coming up to here? Is that just too small of a word, or is it he felt it was a very important word? Felt it was a very important word here. So for everyone to attain, no, everyone is to follow. Is the word follow here? Done, do, did. Follow. Not as many as I thought. Practice, prepare. For everyone is to prepare. Oh, not good. Not good. Everyone is to show. I like that. I like the word show, even though it's not 16 times. Okay. For everyone is to show. For everyone is to show their praise to him forever. Because it starts out praising him. Okay, you got to remember that part. So I'm adding that. To show your praise to him. And then this will be your here. Okay. I don't know if I got it right or not. Let me take a look, see. Come down here. Put it here. Okay, whoops, I need one more correction here. All right, now let me go up here and read it. See how I'm doing here. See, it starts out, praise Yah and thank YV with all your heart in the gathering of the righteous ones. I don't need the word ones here. In the gathering of the righteous. The acts by YV are studied by many, for they are grand and wonderful and will remain forever. For YV will remember his promise to us forever, for he has made him known to his people and his nation. I read it that way. I think I should put it in there. And the task by his hands will be truth and justice for everyone to believe him, and he will be upheld forever. He will send him to his people to command us forever. Great and awesome is Yah's name. And fearing YV, let me see. And fearing YV is the beginning of your wisdom, for everyone is to show your praise to him forever. Because it's the subject of our Creator. For everyone is to speak praise to him forever. That means that's out. I'm going to have to put the word speak here. And everyone is to speak. I'm adding that word completely. And for everyone is to speak. And then I'm going to have the word and praise him forever. Okay, but these just sounded like, these didn't really connect that well. Praise Yah and thank YV with all your heart and in the gathering of the righteous ones. The acts by YV are studied by many, for they are grand and wonderful and will remain forever. Will remain forever. I'm going to just move that verse. I don't like putting our Creator second. So I'm going to move this up one verse. So I've got to say move here. Thank Wivey and praise, yeah, that's better said. With all your heart in the gathering of the righteous. For Wivey will remember his promises for us forever, for he has made him known to his people. And see, this seems to be reading out of place. So this has to say move down. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to take it and copy it right now. If those two work together as one, then this has to have a 2 space here, and this needs to be grouped together. And his task by his hands will be truth and justice for everyone to believe him, and he will be upheld forever. He will send him for he. This needs to be above. Let me see what happens with this just being stuck here. Fearing Wivey is the beginning of your wisdom, for everyone is to speak and praise him forever. For the acts by Wivey are studied by many, for they are grand and wonderful and will remain forever. Okay, I like that here. And I'm going to say this is this color. I'm going to go up here. This I'm going to say is 8 point. I'm moving it. And I'm going to make it that color again. And then if I got that making it going there, got that going there. This needs to be above here. I'm pretty sure that this should be right here. He made him known to his nation and will send him to his people to command us forever. Great and awesome is Yah's name. And by the task by his hands will be truth and justice for everyone to believe him, and he will be upheld forever. Yep, I think I need to move that up. So this I need 8 point. This I'm going to make gray. Move here. Get this, try to get it lined up. Okay. Now I'm thinking, oops, I can move this over a little bit and line them up. Okay, now what I'm seeing here is these are starting to connect truthfully here, that they are flowing one and then flowing to the next. So, man, I don't even have my lights on and it is warm. How come I'm not? What's going on? I think I might have to reset that or restart it or whatever, you reboot it. It's air conditioning. It's not a computer, but okay. Now let me take this Put it down here, be underlined. And now take this. Sorry, I need to clean it up here a little bit. This will be 2 spaces. That'll be 1. There'll be 2 here. And then this will be 1. This needs to be moved over. And I can get rid of all this stuff now. The numbers don't mean nothing. They were useful until they got put in order and they're not useful anymore. Okay. Now this needs cleanup. That needs clean. Okay. Thank Yvi and praise Yah with all your heart in the gathering of the righteous. For Yvi will remember his promises to us forever, for he has made him known to his people and his nation. He will send him to his nation. I don't need the word he, I don't think, here. For he has made him known to his people and nation. And will send him to his people. And will send him to his people to command us forever. Great and awesome is Yah's name. And the task by you know, it's almost like I need this here, up here, and his people and his nation know his name is Yah. He will be great and awesome, for he will send him to his people to command us forever. See how that reads? I think that could be better read, moving those verses up and doing a little bit better. But right now, I think I'm kind of should leave them there. I don't know. I'm reading it over a couple times, and maybe it's okay where it's at. Yeah, I'm not gonna move it. That's just me really playing too much. And the task by his hands will be truth and justice for everyone to believe him, and he will. That's our creator doing this, so he will be upheld forever. And fearing Yahweh is the beginning of your wisdom, for everyone is to speak and praise him forever. The acts by Yahweh are studied by many, for they are grand and wonderful and will remain forever. Now, who could write that? Written by. It has to be a prophet. It doesn't have any words in there from a priest, like anointing, or as we stand before him. None of that type of language in there. A king would say this. A prophet is to always remind you that he's coming. And this does say he will be sent. He will send him to his people. Written by a prophet is the best I can get this text. And that's what happens to my little mind. But I do like what I see when it gets done. And I need to make a screenshot here of that. Okay. All right. Now, that said, I'm going to take a look here. It seems my camera might have froze up. Looking at things over here. So let me play here a second. Hear me. Maybe I froze up now and you didn't hear me all that time, but okay. Now, hey, that's a good delay. That's still an hour, 20 minutes later, and it's less than a 15-second delay, which sometimes starts spreading to 20 minutes. Depends how busy, I guess, Yahoo is. Or not Yahoo, YouTube. All right, now that does this one. And I posted I will do another one. And we also have Yah's name here. So, or the Hebrew name they gave him. And let me show you why, a real good verse that it says that when I put the Hebrew word in, just the spot, it says, I will not say Yah, and Yah in the land of the living. And they were to wait for Jesus to come. So this is the Hebrew name they gave to him. Okay. So I got text to prove that. I'm not going by what people say or think. Praise Yah. And you can't say the word how blessed, because blessed is not the man. How blessed is man, that's male and female, who fears Yahweh and not sharing that it's delights in his commandments, but I think it's to be and obeys his commandments. Okay. But right now I'm seeing that as a 4 verse group. Yeah. Is their descendants will be mighty on earth. Whoops. The generation of the upright. Well, we already got blessed here, so you can't use the word blessed again. Wealth and riches are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. There's a lot wrong with that, and a lot that's okay, so that needs a lot of work. Light arises. Light rises in the dark for the upright. His grace and compassion and righteous. You can't say that about our Creator. You can say that about Jesus, but you can't say he's righteous. We know we have assigned understandings with this, but righteous, he's perfect. Righteous is a word that I use as one to be obedient to him. So that's why I'm saying it could be Jesus. It is well for man who is gracious and lends. He will maintain his cause. He will never be shaken. His righteousness will be remembered. He will not fear. He will not fear. He will it's not tidings. It's not his heart. His will will be steadfast, trusting in Yahweh. His heart is upheld. He will not fear until he looks. Are all these words about Jesus? He has given freely. He gives. I don't think it needs this word. He gives. They give. He gives to the poor. This has already been said. Don't need a horn. This is breaking. The wicked will see it. This will not be here. The wicked will see him. and gnash their teeth. And melt away. I don't think that's the right words to be said there. And melt away. The desires of the wicked will perish. Well, we'll stop. Are these words about Jesus or the blessed man? Who praises Yah is a blessed male or man, meaning male and female. And it's not who, it would be they. They fear, whoops, they fear YP. Because if they're fearing him, they're obedient. So what is the word delights here? And this is 12. Delights. Absolutely can't be true. No. They fear YV. And obey his commandments. So that is a good start. Praise Yah. Praising Yah blesses man. Praising Yah. I want to say that's praising Yah, comma, blesses. Yeah, because it's coming from our Creator. And praising Yah blesses man. That was a little bit harder than I thought. Just a few words, but having to say them right becomes stunning. Praising Yah blesses man. For they will fear YV. For they will fear YV and obey his commands. Um, yeah, I guess I'm just trying to see if the words and things will jumble or go one verse above another. Should that verse go down? Um, my little mind just races all over the place. Sorry about that. And it's not just his, it's there. You have to include male and female, and it's hard to find any text for female going to heaven. Their descendants this is not right. By obeying our Creator doesn't mean you're going to be wealthy or rich. The blessing or blesses man means that he's going to look over. Everybody's got a burden. Everybody's got burdens. Those kind of test us to see if we start weakening in our understanding or our trust for our understanding our Creator. Wealth and riches are in itself. That is not what you get for a blessing. Their descendants will be not mighty but many. Let's see what if they've got for mighty. No. It seems like they kept using that word correctly, but it's their descendants their descendants will be I'm thinking that blessing is the oh, I keep wanting to put these two verses first without the word for. They will fear who fears Yahweh and will obey his commandments. Blessed is man who praises Yah. Then as their descendants will be many. And I got to put the word many because mighty on earth, that don't, but many does define the statement here. And I'm going to say I'm replacing it, just not adding it. And this is not there. Their descendants will be many. Generation of upright. That I can't use. It's not connecting. Their descendants will be many, and their righteousness is forever. But that's only 2 verses of the 4 that I need. And I'm glancing down and I'm not seeing the 2 that could do this, and I got to get rid of one of them words. Their descendants will be many, comma, and their righteousness will be forever. like light arising. If I put the word like here, like the sun rising, like the sun righteousness will be forever, like the sun rising, like the sun arising from the darkness, like the sun arising from the darkness is the upright. Okay. Their descendants will be many, and their righteousness will be forever. Like the sun arising from the darkness is the upright. And then together, period. So right now I've got this. Now that happens like that. That it does take quite a bit of editing to get the text to, oh, that is a separate. Praising Yah blesses man, for they will fear Yahweh and obey his commandments. Their descendants will be many, and their righteous ones will be forever. Wow, yeah, that's exactly right. Like the sun arising from the darkness is the upright. Okay, so that will come out pretty good. All right then. What's so hard about this? Okay, my bad, I guess. They will be gracious and compassionate. Gracious and compassionate. I don't need this here. Gracious and compassionate. It would have to be are the righteous man. They are gracious and lend. Lend. Yeah, maintain. Okay, this needs to be looked at a little bit more serious here. What is maintain, cause, and judgment? Um, maintain will be the first one. Cause, okay. So, oops, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry about that. Maintain, cause, and judgment. And I can see provide would be a good word. Cause. Cause to commandments. How's that? Case business. And they use it for the word commandments 2 times. Maybe once here. I guess there's different type of commandments. They want to screw around with different words. Okay, nothing matter. No cause. Well, there's a lot of words to choose from. Words. Okay, now judgment. Decision. Now, keep all that in your mind and come back over here. They are gracious and lend. They are gracious and will lend. Now, this is words that they're talking about by observing righteous people over many years. So, usually it's the priests who are the most observant and most obedient to our Creator, or the Levites. So, this is describing Levites here. I want to say having good judgment is the word cause actually used for good. No. What is maintain here? and provide a judgment. They are gracious and will lend and provide their judgment. Now, it's just got done saying that these are priests. So this is really, they are gracious and will lend and will provide oops, I need will provide yeah, I'm going to use the word provide. And will provide their judgment. I think that's pretty good. Now let's see, I did one, two. I need another one before I can go down with the next two. For they will never be shaken. They will never be shaken. And their righteousness will be remembered. I think that's true. And it would be to the ones that they've helped or lent or were gracious to. Not that everyone in the world's going to remember, but their righteousness will be remembered. Okay, so that's that, and there's that. And this we don't need because I like these two words connecting. For their hearts. Well, I'm not going to say, I'm going to say their will. Their will is their will is what? Okay, steadfast. Their will is established, trusting, lively. Yes, I like the word established. I'm going to go with established. What's taken me so long? Established. Trusting, lively. And I'm here to take your belief to a trust. So let's get on with it and show you some of the first writers' hidden formats and tell you what they observed in the righteous Levites. And these guys were the scribes, so they might have had a fondness for being able to write these words about themselves. Okay. And then I want two of these here. These two connect together, although I'm gonna move them around. I got to now. Gracious and compassionate are the righteous man. Graciousness, compassion is righteous man. Gracious and compassionate is, I guess I need it over here, is the righteous man. They are gracious and will lend and provide their judgment. They will never be shaken, and their righteousness will be remembered, for their will is established, trusting Wivey. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. This one's coming out pretty good. But this is not true here. This is not true. Not with the flow of what's going on. This text does not belong with the text above it. Yeah, that's just, I'm thinking, how can I, because this text here is starting to look poor, because here we have pretty much the description, and this is pretty much the end. How do you establish anything more than this? After their will is established, trust in Wivey. You can't sit there and say they look upon their abbot with satisfaction. I believe the righteous one is always hoping that there will be a repentance by others, unless they're flat out doing evil, and then they need to be punished, and a righteous punishment upon them. Because too much today is too lawless. There is no fear of our Creator. He gives to the poor. This is, I could get two verses out of this, but it's not going to hook to this, so I'm just going to say these two are out because I'm really liking this here. I don't see it as anything that's needed here to connect and worthy of saving. So now what I want to do here, I want to say blessed. Oh, that was there. Is man. That was up at the top, right? Blessed, yes, is. So I'm using that. I changed that, so that was like that. Blessed is man Raising, yeah. Okay. So how do I do this simply? Simplify it here. I want to say these are the who fears Wifey and obeys. Yeah, who fears. Now let me go back up there and see if who is yes. Need this. Don't need this. Who fears Wifey needs the S now. Okay. Who fears Wifey and obeys his commands. I want to say this is next. Is a blessed man. I want to put the word is here. And say I'm adding this. Moving this. So this is getting moved to here. Is a blessed man. And I'm back to praise Yah. This here needs to be here. This needs to be here. Let me see here. Let me just, this needs to be a period. Let me carry this up. And put all this. Oops, I did that wrong. I'm thinking, where'd all that text go? It's right there. This goes here. This needs to be put here. This needs to go here and get yellow. And that gets a comma. Other gets nothing. And then I get to clean it up. No, I have to leave it here. And then this gets moved down. Moved here. It might be redundant to people when I'm doing this, but might be annoying while you're watching me do this, but this is to help people understand when I'm doing these, my thought process of, and then to come back and see what I did without hearing my thought process. They get to see a little bit of this. So move verse down. What the hell? I wasn't watching that. So should have been this. Move. And I will just make this a different color. And do this. And do this. This is back to an E. This is 8 point. Boy, all that for that little bit. Okay. Now I can come down here and clean this up. All right. Who fears Wivey? And that was an S up here. Yep. I believe I don't know. Let me check the text over here real quick. I'm in 12. How come I didn't go up? Yes, it was an S. All right. Who fears Wivey and obeys? No, it has to be obeys. Obeys his commandments, is a blessed man, and will praise Yah. Man meaning male and female, remember that. And I want to say this now groups their descendants. Notice man, their descendants will be many, and their righteousness will be forever. Like the sun arising from the darkness is the upright. Gracious and compassionate is the righteous man. They will be gracious and will lend and will provide their judgment. And will provide their judgment to you. They will never be shaken, and their righteousness will be remembered, for their will is established, trusting Wivey. Okay. That one was pretty good. This is what it looks like when I pull it away. The double space is to say that this psalm is a small paragraph. This psalm is a small paragraph, but they do make a larger paragraph before the subject is really changed to do the same thing and repeat it. It's just beautiful when you see the skill of these writers appear. I mean, it does take a little bit of knowledge to put the right editing in, but I'm thinking the format, not every format can be found by everybody, but There's a ton of them that can be. So that's what's unique, that they actually started with text, and then they those that witnessed our Creator was leading them as a Lord and our Creator. That is just huge. I mean, okay, I got to get rid of the blue text here. Forgot to do that. Then who would be able to write this? This would be a scribe, written by a scribe, which means a Levite scribe. But all scribes would have been Levites anyway, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to put a Levite scribe. By a Levite scribe. I'm going to, oops. All right, I need a screenshot of that myself. Bingo. And once I get them all together, I will show you again how they're done. Okay. Now this one I can see I don't have this title added here yet. So let me see. 13, title God, Elohim. So good. It usually doesn't have that. And I put in the title Creator. The title Creator is more correct than the title God. So that's what happens when you take all the verses that have a capital G-O-D with Elohim, pull all the verses out, which happens to be 2,300 and maybe 35 verses, and you read them all, trying to figure out what title is really the truthful title, and you will find the title Our Creator works very well, especially in Genesis. In the beginning, our Creator created. That's a title and then a definition, and then he starts creating many things. The word Yah is the Hebrew word for Jesus. I think I'm going to leave all these as one video. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it as one video. So you already understand why the word Yah is meaning Jesus. So I can clear that and I can clear that. And then you can see that they're going to start with praise Yah and end with praise Yah. That could be a hopeful sign that this is going to be a story and an ending, and it's going to actually have like a space, and then it's going to have a space, and the story is going to be between them. Which, let's see how that works. Praise servants of Yahweh. No, we don't do that. Praise Yah. Is it his servant? Being this is Yah, does this mean praise Yah, our servant, our servant for our servant from Yah. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is from him, and from Yah. Praise the name of Yah, or Yahweh. I don't know here. Blessed be the name from this time forth and forever. Now that would be great if the word "this" is actually in the text. Did 13? This is verse 2. This. Okay, it's 2 words, so it's this time. So okay, now with those words stated like that right there, this time, it's almost like saying these words belong right few weeks after Nathan tells David, through his son's seed will come a king, and he will have a kingdom in heaven forever, which means that's why everybody gets to go to heaven that's going to heaven. From this time forth and forever. That's just great. If this is 3 verse, then this has to be 3 verse, but I'm going to just keep going. From the rising of the sun to its setting. And we can see that those words are not going to connect with anything else, so I can get rid of them. The name of Yahweh, it would be Yahweh's name is to be praised. Yahweh is high above. That's kind of poorly said. Now, the location of heaven, maybe you don't know where it's at, but the New American Standard Bible, it's the only Bible that does tell us these words right here in verse 48:2 of Psalms. And beautiful in elevation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion in the far north. The North Star makes a point, and the star's motion rotates to create this mountain, and above this second heaven is heaven, and where the birds fly is the third heaven. And this is going to be kingdom, and a kingdom for our Creator, for our great King. So that is where heaven is located. And now, Yahweh is I would have to put his mountain, but that's not sounding right here. Above his nations, his glory is above the heavens. See, now there it is. Yahweh is above. And above the heavens. If that sticks. Who is like Yahweh, our Creator, who is enthroned on high? Now, he's not enthroned, so that word is definitely wrong. If once you understand our Creator, you should be embarrassed of yourself to even ask that question. Okay, so this is just with that statement. Who is like Yahweh? Once you have the Creator of everything, you can't even think those words. Okay, so that's just stupidity. who humbles himself to behold the heavens. That is, you can't do that. You can't humble yourself to behold the. He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from heaps of ashes. Uh-oh. Makes them sit like princes and the princes of our people? Nope, that's a lie. He makes the barren woman abide in the house as a joyful mother of child? Nope, that's not it. There's nothing to connect here. They're trying to connect much of these things, and this doesn't have enough here for me to make what I just showed you we already have, and so I can see that I'm not even going to try to do this. And plain and simple, this one is just junk. Okay, that was not what I thought was going to happen tonight. I thought I got rid of a few of them. I know 51 of the Psalms are going to end up being junk. And I thought I did like 4 or 5 in a row here, 2-3 times last week. So other than that, I'm going to say I'll see you tomorrow. I stream every day, or try to, and I'm really trying to do this at different times. So I'm hoping you understand to actually probably, you just have to look for these times, and I should be up and running. So, because I'm still trying to figure out, Sunday's getting to be a problem because I can't stream for 8 hours. It's just disconnecting. Too many people piling in on YouTube on Sundays because I'm trying to hit Europe and then the East or the West Coast. I'm here in Florida. So other than that, I will see you at them times, and hopefully we'll be taking your belief to a trust by showing you the first writer's formats. And have a good night.